Yo, what's going on, man? Today is the 10th of November, 2023, man. It's your boy Chris, and this is the ChrisBeCappinn NBA show, ChrisBeCappinn show. We, trying to cash some tickets in the NBA today, as we always are. We've been running pretty hot lately. So I know it's a lot of new people. I see a lot of familiar faces as well in the comment section on YouTube, on Twitter as well. Just want to kind of tell people I've been doing this show for I think this is the third year now. I just try to gather my thoughts, handicap the games, and kind of share my looks that I'm looking at. So if you could do me a favor, hit the like button for me if you can. You guys can also subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, I am always live on Twitter Spaces, and if you're listening in on Twitter, I'm also live on YouTube as well. Especially if you got plays you want to drop and you want to kind of interact with the community. People always dropping bets over there, asking good questions, parlays, a little bit of everything. So I appreciate everybody for doing that always. The show is always better. I when I started this, I was in the chat room by myself. I just made a space and I was just talking with me and my friends. It was like 5 of us, and that was like 3 years ago. And now, it's grown to, a couple thousand people most of the time when you put YouTube and Twitter together. So appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. Hopefully I can provide some more insight to help you guys, identify some winners and talk some of these games out with you guys. I know other people handicap the games as well. I enjoy being able to give people a voice so that they can share their looks as well. Give them a platform. So I absolutely love it. I'm doing it Monday through Friday. Probably end up doing a show tomorrow as well. I just, this is what I live for. Am a little bit under the weather, so if you hear me coughing, don't worry too much about that. I'll be all right. My son not feeling the greatest. But yeah, we're going to push through. And we got a show to do. So let's get to it. First game up. Oh, hold on real quick. I do enjoy being transparent, and it's a really good time to be transparent because I've been pretty hot lately. Yesterday, I didn't do a show. I was on the Bucks team total. I'm sorry, the Pacers team totals, first half and full game. Both of those did cash, 58.5 and 119. I also was on the Hawks and the Magic to go under 232.5, and that did not cash yesterday. But we only went half unit there. I said in the write-up that I did not value that as my most confident play, just because they were playing in Mexico City, and you see it from the get-go. Trae Young just looked like he was in a street ball game yesterday, and you can kind of tell that not a lot of defense was going to be played. So they did lose, but that was a half unit play. So we finished up a unit and a half yesterday, and then of course we went on the tear the day before, 6-1. Overall been doing pretty good. And just kind of wanted to give a recap over the last 2 days. I want to say 8-2 in those last 2 days, and we're up a couple units from that. So let's keep it going today. And that's gonna be the recap. I didn't want to write all that out, so it's not gonna be a recap section at the bottom. I just kind of wanted to verbally say that. And then one more thing real quick before we get started. Odds Jam, man. I talk about this all the time. I try to tweet it out as much as I possibly can. But if you're looking for the best number, especially if you're like new to sports gambling, and sometimes you want to invest in yourself, invest in some kind of software that's going to be super helpful, I would absolutely start with OddsJam. This is something that I'm not just promoting because I'm not a big promotion guy. I turn down a lot of different things. I can show you guys screenshots where a lot of companies are reaching out. But OddsJam is something that I do live by. It's one of the tabs that stays open, whether I'm on my iPad, I'm on my iPhone, on any of my laptops. I'm always on OddsJam because I'm trying to find the best number. So the sportsbook screen page is what I use it for. Use code CBC. It gives you 25% off your first month. It's just always going to get you the best number. For instance, I'm going to talk a little bit about Luka, but I like Luka today. And I was thinking about laddering this points prop. I see Luka at 35 points at plus 210. I see him at plus 240. And I also see him at plus 200. So which one am I going to take? I'm taking the 40 cent, right? And those are the type of things that you can identify over on OddsJam. So definitely check them out. If you guys got any questions about it, I probably should do a tutorial about it. But if you guys got any questions about it, shoot me a DM either on YouTube or on Twitter, and we'll get to that as well. But enough of that, man. Yeah, y'all here for basketball. Y'all here for picks. Let's jump right into it. First game up, we got the Philadelphia 76ers. They will be in Detroit to take on the Detroit Pistons today. I want to make sure, just real quick, make sure I pull my notes up that I have on this game, and I'll tell you guys what I'm looking at. So My apologies for not having this up already. Typically do. All right. So this game is funny. It's interesting because this game actually opened with I was capping this game yesterday. I saw a soft line of 6. And then of course it shot up to Philly. Philly has been really, really good. They're 8-2 straight up, 3-0 against the spread, and straight up in their last 3 games in Detroit. So not only have they started the season off really hot, but they've been really, really good against the Detroit Pistons in Detroit as well. This is their first road game after 5 straight home games, and typically that's a fade spot. They do have a look ahead spot in my estimation because they do get the Pacers. There's only one road game, then you go back home and you get the Pacers on Sunday. So potential look ahead spot. I'm pretty sure they're seeing how well Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers are playing because the Indiana Pacers are actually at the top of the Eastern Conference. The one thing, like I talked about yesterday, well, not yesterday, 2 days ago, the one thing about that Philly and Indiana has in common is they've had the benefit of the rest advantage a lot so far. So both of these teams have actually started the season off with 5 or 5 plus straight home games. So, some correlation between teams having to travel, second leg of back-to-backs. I've kind of talked about that a little bit. So that's going to be an interesting game on Sunday. Looking at the Detroit side, they have lost 6 in a row. They've only covered 1 of their last 5, which shout out to the Pistons because they made us some money the other day. We took them plus 12.5, and they almost won that game outright against the Milwaukee Bucks when Giannis got thrown out. And they don't have much of a look ahead spot. They got the Chicago Bulls on deck on Sunday. So I'll tell you guys what I was looking at in this game, and then I'll tell you guys what I played. So to me, what stands out the most is Philly's team total. I don't want to play the spread because I think the number is a little too much for my liking. I don't like road favorites laying a lot of points. And when you action a road favorite to win by double digits, it's a lot. Can it happen? Absolutely. It can definitely happen. But Philly team total is 114.5. This is a market that I've kind of identified last week. That's a tad bit too low. I feel like the books haven't quite caught on to how Philly can score the ball. Like Philly is an elite offensive team. I think, you add Joel Embiid and people think the pace goes down. And it does. It slows the pace down, but they're an elite offensive team. They can really score the ball. So effective field goal percentage is always going to be up. Philly team total, as far as the stat-wise, 4-2 to the over on their team total. Detroit is giving up 114 points per game on the season. And it's a lot of offensive mismatches in my perspective when you look at the Detroit side. Will they play hard? Absolutely. Can they stop Philly from scoring 115 points? I don't necessarily think so. The Pistons have allowed 6 opponents in a row to go over their team total, and they've given up 120 points 5 games out of their last 6. The only team that actually stayed under was the Portland Trailblazers. And we know Portland doesn't have the greatest offense. I think actually the worst offense in the league. So I didn't get there with Philly team total. I think first half is probably a good look as well. But Philly first half team total, I think that number is 59.5, 58.5. And Philly full game team total over 114.5 would be my favorite leanings for this game that I didn't play. I did play a player prop, however. That player prop, my first pick of today is going to be Maxey over his 29.5 points plus assists. This line came in at minus 120 on PointsBet. And I'm only going 0.6 units to win a half unit on this play because I don't want to have too much exposure on tonight's card. So, but I do love Maxey in this spot, right? You look at Maxey, he's been killing it. He's 6 for 7 in this season. I think that number continues to just get higher. The points plus assists. I mean, we know he can go out and have a 30-point game. You also look at his usage, it's 24%, which is pretty high for guards. And the real thing was I've been watching the Pistons play, and they've been getting absolutely murdered by opposing guards. Dame just had 37 points plus assists in the most recent game. Steph hit him for 38 points plus assists. Eric Gordon had 29 points plus assists in their game. CJ McCollum had 38 points plus assists, and the list just kind of goes on and on. So I love Maxey in this spot, but like I said, I'm not willing to go too extreme with it. So I just played it for 0.6 of a unit, Maxey over 29.5 points plus assists. All right, let me check the chat real quick, and then I'll get on to the next game. I'm going to try to multitask and do both while still getting off here about 6 o'clock. Shout out to my guy, Daniel. How can I send it? Your thoughts are appreciated. Yeah, Daniel, I know you had talked about this. Send it to me on Twitter if you can, Daniel. ChrisBeCappinn, 2 P's, 2 N's. If you follow me there, DM it to me because I really would like to see that trend. Daniel says he has an SDQL system mixed with a system that he's developed himself that says Utah and Memphis goes over that they're scoring 60 plus in the first half. Both teams are scoring 60 plus in the first half. He says he knows it's gross, But yeah, it's a number that he's willing to play. So yeah, send me that. I would love to see what that is because I think they can struggle to score. Abacai, appreciate you tapping in. He likes Shea over his 5.5 assists, Valanciunas over 9.5 boards, and Nurkic over 8.5 boards. Okay. Asur Thompson over 7.5 in this game. JS Brown likes Luka. He likes Luka assists to go over 7.5 and Westbrook. What's up, JT? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Justin? He likes the Celtics team total over. We're about to talk about that game in a second. Okay. What's up to my guy Prolific? D Jim, appreciate you tapping in. Sam as well. S Dot says make sure you guys smash the like button. It is appreciated if you guys do hit the like button for me, especially if you guys are cashing. It's definitely appreciated. Thank you for that reminder, S Dot. What's up, DT? Snag, what's going on, my boy? Hope everything is well with you. Let's see. Justin says my book is limiting me to Luka over 33.5 at plus 200. I bet it for a unit. Love it. About to get into that game in a second. Pistons over 106.5 team total on my card. Justin likes that. Sam says, how do you search for a particular player prop? Say on a sports bookie similar to FanDuel. Sometimes certain like the popular sports book will let you search for a player's name, but you might have to go in and search for it. Either way, I mean, find it, play it. Tyler says, any in-season future looks. I haven't even evaluated the market, Tyler, if I'm being honest with you. So no, nothing from me right now. Maxi Snag says he likes Maxi points in a PPD. Could not talk him off there. And he said Luka should be going nuts. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that game. I really love Luka a lot tonight, so we'll get there. Don't like that everybody likes Luka, but sometimes Publix plays cash as well. All right, appreciate everybody for tapping in there. Let's go back and get this Odds Jam banner removed, and let's go on to the next game. So we got the Hornets and the Wizards. I won't be long on this game. Not two teams that I'm willing to lay points with or take points with. Honestly, I would be taking the points if I had to. This game opened, I want to say at the Wizards laying 2.5. I'm sorry, the Hornets laying 2.5. So I definitely messed that up. Give me one. No, that's right. So the Wizards are laying 2.5 points at home. Let me make sure I got that right. The Hornets are laying points, right? The Wizards are laying, which is absolutely crazy to me that the Wizards are laying points. But yeah, the Wizards are laying 2.5 points total in this one. Just kind of been going up and down. Opened at 239. It went up to 242. It came back down to 239 again. So I'm not really interested in the side. I'm more so interested in the total. Didn't quite get there, but I do like this total to go over. And it's for a couple of different reasons. So both of these teams, they do rank top 14 for offensive rating, bottom 3 in defensive rating. These are the two fastest paced teams in the league. I forgot which one is first and which one is second, but who cares? Both teams are top 7 in offensive field goal percentage. Bottom 5 in opponent threes made, bottom 5 in opponent threes percentage. And both of these teams combined to average about 250 points per game in their respective games. So I do love the over in this game, but didn't quite get there. I wouldn't say love. I would say like. Just feels like two teams I can't trust. But I do trust them not to play in the defense. So I do lean towards the over, but didn't quite get there. Didn't make the card. But I do heavily lean in there in this game. And I'll say this. If the first half goes under, I'll bet the second half over. I talked about that before on the show. So not going to take up too much time on this game. Could be a pretty good one. I don't see any comments on this one, so I'll keep going. Next game up, we got the Nets traveling to Boston to take on the Celtics. The Celtics are now 11.5 point favorites, which is insane. Like you got to pay a premium to get to take the Celtics. They opened as 10 point favorites. It's up to 11.5. Total in this one opened at 224. I saw it yesterday at 224. It's up to 227, 228 on some book on DraftKings as well. So the Nets are owned by the Celtics. Like I know the Nets have been covering spreads. They are 7-1 against the spread. This is their first road game after 3 straight home games. The Celtics are off back-to-back losses, of course, as well. They lost to Philly. And then, of course, they got their first loss to Minnesota earlier this week. So I think you get a motivated Celtics team. A lot of the times when if you're super sharp or you like to be contrarian, you can't really back the same team all the time because they're gonna let you down. The way I see it, the Celtics just played against two of the top defensive teams in the league. They played against Philly. We know Philly was a great defense last year, but now you bring in Nick Nurse that makes that defense even better. You also just played against Minnesota. Minnesota's best defensive team in basketball. The Celtics, the Nets are not. The Nets are absolutely atrocious on the defensive end, and they'll be without Nicholas Claxton in the spot. And I talked about this earlier this week. Their games really look like a pickup game. Like they really just go down the court, they spread the floor, and they just try to drive. It's almost like a poor man's Indiana Pacers team. Like they really just want to shoot threes, and I'm pretty sure they're like top 5 in threes. And they're not doing a good job of guarding because they're playing at such a fast pace. So I like the Celtics first half team total. The number's 59.5. Didn't quite get there with that one either because I don't really want to force a lot. But this one seems pretty easy. I just didn't play it. Brooklyn actually ranks bottom 10 in opponent first half field goal percentage, opponent 3-point percentage, rebounding, and first half points. They're giving up 59 per game. The Celtics, on the opposite side, second best offense in the first half. They're averaging 63, which ranks second behind only the Pacers. They're shooting 48% from the field, which ranks 6th, in the top 5 in the first half and made threes. So, putting all that together with them coming off 2 straight losses, finally getting back to the crib, it does feel like a Celtics first quarter, first half spot in this game for me specifically. They do got Toronto on deck tomorrow, so not something I want to back them in with the second half, but I do kind of like the first half. I may get there and add that, but I just haven't yet. Player prop wise, I do like Tatum, and I did play Tatum to go over his 9.5 rebounds. This one's pretty self-explanatory. If you watch the games, then you see Brooklyn. They play super small, so they don't have a traditional center right now because Dayton Sharp is not playing that many minutes. So Porzingis is bound to be pulled outside the 3-point line, which is just going to get Tatum more rebound opportunities. Tatum just had 10 rebounds he had 11 rebounds against this team, and they're giving up the rebounds. So just real quick, Vucevic just had 13. Giannis had 12. Like I said, Tatum had 11. Bam Adebayo had 14. So the list kind of goes on. I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but Tatum is in a really good spot to be able to rebound the basketball today. And after 2 straight losses, you typically play a little bit better defense. So really love Tatum to go over his 9.5 rebounds today, and I did play that. Minus 120 on points bet. I put a sixth of a unit as well to win a half unit there. All right. I don't think I got any comments. Let me just check. Nope. All right. Let's keep going then. Hopefully we can speed through these. Timberwolves and Spurs, the next game up. Not a game that I'm really interested in. This spread is now at 7. Last night when I was capping it, it was 6. The total has stayed the same pretty much at 225.5. Minnesota, this will be their first road game after 4 straight home games. They won all 4, covered all 4. Talked about them being the best defensive team in the league, but they are 0-2 against the spread on the road, right? We know that they lost the first game against Toronto, and they could potentially have a look-ahead spot. They got Golden State on deck on Sunday in a game that they typically always get up for. San Antonio, 3 straight losses, 3 straight non-covers. They've been getting mollywopped pretty much by everybody. This is their first game back home after the 2-game road trip, and they host the Miami Heat on Sunday. I do kind of feel like the Timberwolves should be, should kind of stifle the Spurs just because they match up well with them when you think about Rudy Gobert potentially being able to guard Victor Wembanyama. And the Timberwolves, I like backing really good defensive teams. I don't know how serious this Timberwolves team takes this game though. So, like I said earlier about Philly, I'm not willing to lay such a big number with a team on the road. Could they? Absolutely. Should they? Absolutely. But it's not something I feel comfortable doing. We got to remember, just because teams are playing well, eventually they'll regress. You'll see those tweets on your timeline that say, "Man, I can't believe such and such did such and such." I mean, everything that goes up got to come down. So just something to kind of take into consideration, to help with sharpness. 2 quick comments in this game. Snag says he likes Rudy Gobert, 13 rebounds, plus the win in the PPD at plus 145. Could not talk you off of that, Snag. I'll say this about this game as well, and then I'll keep moving. To me, the Timberwolves are like not just alike, but they are like a version of the New York Knicks, right? Like the Knicks are like a pretty sound defensive team. I can compare Mitchell Robinson to Rudy Gobert. I can compare Jalen Brunson to Anthony Edwards. So I think they could, from a personnel perspective, they do kind of match up similarly, to the Knicks. And the Knicks just blew this team out. So I would argue that the Timberwolves actually got better offense than the Knicks do, but that's neither here nor there. So those are my thoughts on this game. Like I said, I didn't get invested, but Snag's comment kind of made me look that way. Brandon says he joined the chat late. Kelly Oubre over 13.5 points for him. And Frank likes the look on Rudy Gobert to go over. Snag also agrees. He said they are similar to the Knicks for sure. Okay. All right, let's keep going, man. I'm going to try to get through these games so I can get other people up. If you guys are just joining, do me a favor, hit that like button for me. And we got just a couple more games to kind of get through. Pelicans and the Rockets, not a game that I'm extremely interested in, but is the game that's up next. So let me find my notes. We got, I'll lay it out for you guys. So we got Sengun. I don't know if he has been confirmed in or out. I need to know that information before I feel like I can, I need to do my due diligence before I feel like I can put a bet in on this game. I know he was listed as questionable with an ankle injury. Herb Jones was also listed as questionable as well. Those are two key contributors in my estimation. I know Zion did get ruled in. I think he had a son or had, his wife, girlfriend, whatever, had a kid. So yeah, that's going on, and that kind of moved the spread back. I will say this: the Pelicans have really owned the Rockets as of late, 8-2 straight up and against the spread in their last 10 games. Pelicans off 3 straight losses. Feels like a desperation spot for the Pelicans, or at least they should be playing desperate because they've been really getting smacked. They've been getting smoked. Of course, they'll still be without CJ McCollum in this spot, which doesn't really set up well. I did a show with Jay Money earlier. My guy, he said, they really lack a point guard, and I agree with that. I think when you look at this Pelicans team, when they don't have Brandon Ingram, when they don't have Zion, they really are just like a 3-point shooting team. So fading them in that spot has actually been, pretty profitable. Just trying to check, make sure we didn't get any news. It looks like we didn't on anybody in this game. Nothing on Sengun. And like I said, he's definitely needed in this spot. So 6th straight home game for the Rockets. They've won and covered 4 in a row. Smoked my Lakers the other day after beating the shorthanded Sacramento Kings twice. Smoked them twice as well. It does kind of feel like Ime Udoka is getting this team to kind of buy in. I know they got off to a slow start. I remember them getting smoked by the Orlando Magic, and I knew they were a little bit better than that, but it took them a while to kind of put it together. I remember, they lost to the Warriors at home as well, but now they're, beating up on all these teams, and you really don't want to fade a team when they're, playing off their 6th straight home game. Last thing I'll mention is Ime Udoka, he's finding a way to motivate this team. I saw a report that he, pretty much lit a fire under Jalen Green and said that, they chose Austin Reeves over you for the USA select team. And Jalen Green went out there, absolutely murdered Austin Reeves, and Austin Reeves got locked down. So, this is what we kind of expect from Ime. I don't know if I necessarily want to be laying points with him, but that, it kind of is what it is. Those are my thoughts on that game. I didn't play anything. Go back to the comment section really quickly. Alwyn says 7 seems like a short line for the Timberwolves. It feels a little trappy to me, if I'm being honest. Leroy says Zion going off then tonight. Zion absolutely could go off tonight. He could absolutely go off tonight. His points probably be something that I'll be keeping my eye on. Sengun in or Sengun out. They're going to have their hands full. Everybody has their hands full with Zion. Brandon says perfect spot for Zion. For Brandon Ingram over his 23.5 points. I can see that. I can definitely see that. What's up to my guy Troy? He says he hopes everybody is doing well. We're doing pretty good maintaining. Troy, appreciate you for tapping in and asking. S-Dot says, did you see ESPN is going to ban insiders like Adam Schefter or Shams, etc. for betting on games? I did not see that. I gotta check that out. S-Dot, you see that article? Send it to me on Twitter. I need to check that out for sure. Okay. Brandon, going back to Ingram, he says 25 or more. 4 of his last 5 against the Rockets. So maybe that's just a good spot. Maybe he likes to play them. And Coop says Fred's double-double. Fred VanVleet double-double, and he likes Zion points, rebounds, and assists. Could not talk him off of Zion points, rebounds, and assists over. I haven't checked Fred out much at all, honestly. And the one game I was supposed to watch the Rockets play was the last game against my Lakers. We were getting smoked so bad at halftime, I couldn't even watch the second half. It was a lot more other meaningful basketball I had. I didn't have a bet on that game, so I was watching the games I was, had bets on. All right, next game up. Very interesting game. Clippers and the Mavericks. I know I tweeted this out the other day. A lot of people think the Clippers are done. They think the James Harden experience is over and, just, break the Clippers off. They're not making the playoffs. They might not win another game this season. I think we pump the brakes a little bit. It's going to take some time to adjust. Will it be successful? Probably not. I don't think that Westbrook can play shooting guard. And I think James Harden wants the ball in his hands as the primary, initiator of the offense. So they're going to have to figure that out for sure. But, and that's one of the reasons why I'm just kind of off. I'm kind of off this. We didn't get the news about Lively, and I guess I should have started there because Lively is out. Derek Lively, the starting center for the Dallas Mavericks, is I'm sorry, not out. He's listed as questionable. If he's in, this total probably comes down from 237. It did open at 232. Maxi Kleber is also listed as doubtful, and then Plumlee is also out. Both of these teams really struggle to rebound in basketball. People didn't know. They've been getting both teams smoked on the rebounds. If Lively's not in there, it does feel like it could be a layup line for the Clippers. But are the Clippers actually smart enough to get to the line? Get to the paint? Because it feels like to me every time I see them play, I just see Paul George or Kawhi Leonard shooting three-pointers. And we know James Harden likes to shoot threes because he can't really go by anybody because he's lost a step now. So, and Westbrook actually been shooting a lot more threes. So I'm not sure how that translates. I do think, this line coming down to one, I kind of need to see it with the Clippers. This team has really struggled to score the ball. And they played against one good defensive team in the Knicks and only scored 93 points. And then one not so good defensive team. Scored 97 versus the Knicks. And I don't know which one it was. I think it was 93 against Brooklyn. Brooklyn is not a good defensive team. You can't let Brooklyn hold you to 93 points when you got four players of the caliber of players that the current Los Angeles Clippers have. This is the fourth straight road game for the Clippers. It's the final road game for the Clippers. They will be at home on Sunday hosting the Memphis Grizzlies. All that stuff to the side, man. I'm not looking at the side. Luka or Doncic is how I'm looking to play this game. I played his points at 29.5. The number went down to 28.5. I'm not sure why. I really don't care about why either. I just know that Luka has a history with this team, and he takes it pretty personal every time he plays it, and that's enough for me, right? You go back and look at the 5 times that he played the Clippers, and this goes back to the bubble when they had the playoffs. 51, 45, 35, 43, 29 in his last 5 games. He shot the ball at least 21 times in all of those games. This season, he's 3 for 4 in his last 4 games, going over 30 points, scoring 30 points, and he's averaging close to 40 minutes. In my estimation, the Mavericks aren't good enough to blow anybody out, so I think he's going to be out there. He's also getting up 20 attempts a game. And he's shooting 8 free throws a game. And now the one thing that I really love the most is he can, just have whoever James Harden is guarding come set him a pick. And yeah, good luck to Harden tonight. I did play Luka over 29.5 points. I like Luka up to 40, honestly. And if you got points bet, I think 50 might be plus 700 for Luka tonight. Love Luka in this spot. That's how I chose to play the game. Back to the comment section. Actually doing pretty good because we only got 2 more games left. Coop says Luka sees red when he faces the Clippers and can't talk you off any scoring props for Luka. We absolutely align there, Coop. Brandon says Zubac rebounds over. It might not be a bad look if they can play some defense, especially if Lively is out. Snag says any chance I can fade Ty Lue, I'll gladly do so. With that being said, Luka 30 points plus the win at plus 230 for Snag. Okay. Trey says you like Luka PRA as well, or just points specifically. He does so much. Don't know what to go. I like the points more. I hadn't even really thought about the rebounds or assists, but I couldn't talk you off, man. Luka is definitely going to be out there. He has like probably top 3 highest usage rate in the NBA, Trey. So however you want to play Luka, I think, couldn't necessarily talk you off. So I just talked about the Clippers not being the best rebound team. Luka could potentially get a triple-double in this spot. But I do think that he cooks tonight. I do think Luka cooks tonight. Like I said, I played him at 29.5. Even though the line went down to 28.5, I would endorse that. If you're looking for the ladder and you have access to multiple sports books, because this is something that I always talk about, be sure to shop around. I think for me, PointsBet had the best line at 35 and 40. DraftKings lines were, I want to say, second best. DraftKings was worse. FanDuel was second best. And Bet365 was, I can't remember where they were. But PointsBet had the best line if you want to lie to Luka. Harden over 1.5 threes. Leroy likes that. And then Shadow Stephan says, tough one. Thoughts on Harden, 6.5 assists. I can see it. The Dallas Mavericks defense isn't really that good, but it's Harden going to be, out there passing the ball. I'm just hesitant to take a player prop for this team until I kind of see a little bit more of what they're going to do and what they're going to be like. Keith says, if you're taking Luka for 50, FanDuel has a player under heat check where KD, Joel, or Luka to score 50 at plus 1,500. Okay, so you can get any of those guys. I know KD definitely not scoring 50 tonight. Not with Bradley Beal being back. I don't think he'll need to either. The Lakers don't score enough points for KD to have to score 50. Lakers have been terrible offensively. And I don't think Embiid has to go for 50 tonight either. Not against the Pistons. Yeah. I actually don't like that at all. I just take him at 17 to 1. If I wanted him to get 50 over on Bet365. Malik says, what's the word, everyone? Chris, you already hit the Celtics game already. I like Tatum rebounds tonight. I played Tatum rebounds tonight, Malik. Appreciate you being here as well. But yeah, I love Tatum rebounds tonight. Minus 120 on points bet is what I got him at. As long as it's not a blowout, love Tatum rebounds tonight. I only went 6 of a unit though, so we'll see what goes on there. LJ says, my guy, he says, what's up, Chris? Rockets first half, less cash. He likes the first half for the Rockets tonight. I know that they've been that's a trend that goes back, I think, for a couple years, right, LJ? Like I feel like they let go of the rope in the second half, but yeah, historically, LJ and your Rockets, LJ, have been cash in the first half, so I can see it. All right, let's keep going. We only got a couple games left. Like I said, I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Hit the like button for me if you guys joined a little late. Let's go Thunder and the Suns. I actually got a play in both of these last game, and it's definitely not Thunder versus Suns. My fault. It's Thunder versus Kings. Definitely did not do that right. And the Kings are catching 1.5 points as a home dog today. The total in this game is 231.5. So a couple things about this game that really kind of jumped out to me. First off, I was going through and kind of capping the game, and I was looking at the Kings since Fox got hurt. Fox and Trey Lyles are both ruled out for this game. Kendrick Williams on the opposite side will be out for the Oklahoma City Thunder, but they've been playing really, really well without him. The OKC is off back-to-back home wins as a dog. They beat the Atlanta Hawks and they beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. This team is 6-2 against the spread. They're 2-0 straight up on the road as well. And this is their first road game after 6 straight home games. It's not a spot I typically want to back a team in. They do have a potential look-ahead spot against the Phoenix Suns coming up as well on Sunday. And I will say this, the Kings do have more rest after the game. That's something that I've been trying to be more conscious of, because I do feel like when a team has more rest, you're more likely to see them kind of give, complete effort. Head-to-head, the Kings have owned the Thunder. They're 9-1 straight up. They've won 6 in a row, and they've covered 5 of the last 6 spreads, with the other one being a push. So they've kind of owned this team. But I think today, things kind of turn around a little bit. Sacramento, without Fox, 1-4 straight up and against the spread. They're coming off an overtime game. I love fading teams off of overtime. They just beat the Blazers. They were laying 7.5 points in that game. I thought that was way too many points. They had to go to overtime, like I said. The other thing I wanted to mention was OKC, right? So finding a way to kind of fade the Kings, like I said, off the overtime game, which a game that shouldn't even went to overtime. OKC is 7th offensively, but this is what I like even more. When they go on the road, offenses typically take a dip. Theirs takes a dip, but not much. They're 9th offensively on the road. It's only been 2 road games so far, but they're the best defensive team on the road. And Sacramento, without Fox, like I said, last 4 games, they have an offensive rating that's last in the NBA at 103.6. Defense has been mid at 15th, and they're bottom 5 in net rating, bottom 10 in turnover percentage. So they're turning the ball over a lot more without Fox. They're second worst in effective field goal percentage, and you're going to need to score points if you're playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Also, this is the craziest that I found today. In the 5 games since Fox left, 4 games since Fox left, the Sacramento Kings are actually playing at the slowest pace. They're playing at a pace of just I think it was like 110 something, but it's really 97 or something like that. It's extremely slow. And we know the Kings, that's not the brand of basketball that the Kings play. So I did play OKC on the money line. I say all that to say I took them on the money line. I know the numbers moving against them. But yeah, I like the look. I like the look a lot. I don't know why the line is moving in that way, but yeah, give me. I don't think that maybe the books just aren't caught up. If I'm wrong, but I played it confidently. FanDuel has the best money line that I found at -120, and I did play that for 1.2 units to win a unit there. So those are my thoughts on that. Player prop wise, I do think it's going to be a big game from Sabonis. I did play his points plus rebounds plus assists at 41.5, -115 on FanDuel this morning. Sabonis has a 20, almost a 24% usage rate in the last 4 games without Fox. You kind of go back and just look at the history. Zion just had 20, 10, and 8 against this team, the same Oklahoma City Thunder defense. OKC plays at a top 5 pace, so I think that'll just equal more possessions for a guy like Sabonis. And if the Kings are going to keep this one close, as the spread kind of indicates, I do think that Chet will have to. I think Sabonis is going to have a pretty good game against Chet Holmgren. So I like Sabonis over his 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and I did play that one as well. Man, that was a lot. All right, I think that's it. No, last game. Let me go back to the chat, and then I'll go Lakers versus Suns, and then take some looks from everybody else. So we got what do you think about Tatum over 27.5 -104 on FanDuel? I couldn't talk you off, KJ. I know Tatum didn't shoot the ball necessarily poorly in the last game, but he just didn't shoot a lot. I want to say it was like 6 for 14. The problem with that, Tatum got 25 points at halftime. The problem with that, in my estimation, is the first leg of a back-to-back. That's maybe they're trying to save some energy, and it's a team effort where Tatum's not doing as much. But if you go with your gut, I always say go with your gut. Don't let me talk you off of it all. I played his rebounds instead. Coop likes Chet's rebounds plus assists at 9.5. He said that's interesting. I need money says, why are the Thunder only favored by 1? I'm not sure. I capped the game. I looked at it, thought it was fishy. I have no idea, honestly. Maybe somebody knows something that I don't know that's smarter than me, but I'm gonna roll with my cap. My cap says that the Thunder win tonight, so that's what I played. SJS Brown says he likes Shea for 30. He has over 30.5 in the last 3 games against the Kings. Okay. Frank says, I think Kings also got experience in prideful players. That's scary in my opinion. Watch that. Okay. Will Jackson says, what up though, Chris? Love Jabari Smith 3 threes at plus 200. He had 3. He's had 3 in the last 4 games. Pelicans has given up 2 or more the last 3 games to opposing bigs. Pelicans give up the 4th most threes a game. Okay, some good stats to kind of back Jabari Smith Jr. today. Brandon Brown likes Sabonis rebounds in that game that we just talked about. And Will also says Zion doesn't want no smoke on the perimeter. Yeah, I can see that. He does like to kind of protect the rim. Troy with a prop in the Philly game. Right now, all I got is Kelly Oubre over 13.5 points at -120 on FanDuel. 6.28% EV, 57.4% win rate. Okay. Could not talk you off, Troy. I know you've been cashing those. You've been giving those out since last year. All right, let's move over to the last game. Last game up, we got the Lakers and the Suns. The Suns are down to 2-point favorites. This line opened at 3.5. I want to say it went up to 4. AD just got ruled in not too long ago, so now it's down to 2. The total in this one opened at 222.5. It's up to 224.5. So D-Book is out, of course, but Bradley Beal is going to play. He's listed as probable. Jordan Goodwin is also listed as probable. For the Lakers, Jackson Hayes, I think, is still questionable. AD's ruled in, of course, and Gabe Vincent is out. Rui Hachimura came back and played in the last game. He'll play in this game, I think, as well. This is the triple revenge spot, first and foremost, for the Phoenix Suns. The Lakers beat them earlier this season when they won the second leg of a back-to-back, and they beat them twice last season as well. What else? The Lakers, losers of 3 in a row. They're only 2-6 against the spread, and they've lost every single road game, right? We know that they went to Orlando, got smacked. Miami lost by 1, came back, no AD in Houston, and got smoked again. They really, really struggled to score the ball when you evaluate the team. Like a lot of those players, and a lot of it is because they're not healthy right now. A lot of it is, I think, Braun being in his 21st season. It takes him a while to kind of get going. And then, of course, you're dealing with those injuries. AD didn't play in the last game. It's probably, could potentially be a different result. Maybe. But they really struggled to score the ball. They've gone under in 3 straight games. You look at Phoenix, they're a pretty good defensive team under Frank Vogel. This is their first game back home after 3 straight road games. They are coming off the overtime win against the Bulls. I don't like that they're coming off the overtime win. So the way I decided to play this game was I played Phoenix in the first half. I got that line at -1.5 on FanDuel. Pretty sure you probably could get a better number now because when I gave this one out, I said in my write-up earlier this morning that if you wait for the AD news to be ruled in, you probably can get a better number. So this line might be, half a point. You may be able to even take the money line, but it definitely should be down to, a 1 instead of a 1.5, which is what I got. So they are better numbers if you guys want to ride with me there. And I'll get into it. I just want to kind of give you guys that first half spread number real quick for the Lakers. So yeah, you can get them at half a point at -114. It's a desperation spot for the Lakers, but not something that I feel like they've been desperate the last 3 games and they haven't come out to play. Phoenix. So what I was saying was first game back on the West Coast. This could be a bad spot later into the game because they did go to overtime to beat the Bulls. So those tired legs might show up, in that situation. Also, you're traveling from Chicago back to Phoenix, and this game will be played at 10 o'clock Eastern time versus their last game starting at like 8 o'clock. So your body gonna may take a little while to get kind of adjusted there. They only got 1 day off rest and travel. But the Lakers, they've been terrible in the first half of games, man. They have a -10.1 net rating, which is the worst in the league. Their opponents are shooting top 5 field goal percentage, top 5 in threes, top 5 in assists, and they're allowing top 5 points per game as well in the first half. Phoenix 5-2 first half against the spread, so whatever that number is. And then the Lakers, worst first half team in the league. The only team that's actually not won a first half ATS, and that is the Los Angeles Lakers at 0-8. So give them to me on the money line. Give them to me minus the half a point. Right now, I see FanDuel has the best number. If you want to take the half a point at -114, but until the Lakers actually win me some money or look like a competent team, I'm willing to fade them in this spot. So give me the Phoenix Suns in the first half. You can take the minus half a point now if you want, but that's my top play in this game and one of my favorite plays of the day. Not touching any player props, and that's what I got for you guys. So now the what I bet segment. And if you guys got plays you want to share, send me a request. I want to get up as many people as I possibly can. Definitely want to talk it out. I got Stem getting connected. I got Canadian Cam getting connected. And I got my guy Ben as well. Hopefully a couple other people send me a request. I'm going to go through the YouTube comment section real quick, and then we will get to some of those guys that have requested. Fred says, Chris, my guy was good. I know you like Phoenix money line first half. What about Minnesota San Antonio game under 225? Yeah, I could see it. I didn't want to get there because San Antonio has been a really difficult team for me to kind of evaluate. San Antonio took my money against the Phoenix Suns in the second game because I thought Phoenix would bounce back. Since then, they've looked like a shell of themselves. So they showed up just to take my money, and then they've been getting smoked ever since. So I just don't know when this team is going to put it together. I think that, being back home in front of your home crowd always going to make it, feel a little bit better. San Antonio likes to run up and down the floor. They just really been struggling to score the ball. Do the Timberwolves take this game serious? Not something that I can really evaluate. They play the defense that they've been playing. This game definitely stays under the total. But if San Antonio plays fast, they're making the outside shots, Minnesota is not really engaged, I can see this going over. So I didn't really have a strong opinion on that total, Fred. Best of luck, though. I hope some of what I said helped you a little bit. Raptors fan says he likes Tyrese Maxey over 2.5 threes. He's shooting 14 for 19 on threes this year, Chris. Okay. Hey, best of luck. That's a great stat. Lean Bill assists at 4.5. I'm pretty sure Coop means the over there. What's up to my guy Thug and D? He says Suns Lakers scream over. Don't think it will be too much defense. I actually think the opposite, Brandon. I think it goes under, but I'm not getting invested. Best of luck, whatever you play. I didn't really look into it a lot. Shadow says I would play 80 points, but I'm afraid I will receive a notification in the middle of the game. 80 hip headed to the line. Oh man, that's really, really hard to swallow as a Laker fan, man. Yeah, that's true though. What's up to my guy Zachariah? All right, let's go to the chat, man. Stim, come back up. I want to get your thoughts. But Cam, you connected with me right now. What's going on, Cam? Talk to me. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. We're doing all right the last few days. Hard, got us, but everything else worked out. So it's been the last good few days, but just wanted to, I got a few plays tonight. Nothing crazy. Staying measured. My first play it's in line with what you're saying about Sabonis. I took his rebounds and assists over 20.5. At minus 115. He actually hasn't hit that number in a lot of the games without Fox, but if you look at him versus OKC, he soars above it. He dominates that team for whatever reason, 16-7, 14-4, 15-18, 13-9 in those last 4 against him. So I really like the 20.5, and his usage rate is there without Fox, so I think he gets there. Another one is it's a player that I think everybody hates, but I looked at the line and it didn't seem to make too much sense. I mean, other than him having 2 bad games, but I'm betting on Dylan Brooks tonight. I hate this guy so much too. It's like he's a Canadian. I shouldn't like him, but
hey Cam, you're the first person to come on the show this year and said I'm betting on Dylan Brooks tonight. But hey, I hope you cash, man, my guy. Go ahead. What you got?
Yeah, well, there's rationale.
Of course.
It's like, trust me, like you think like as a Canadian you got this player and I can rock with him, but he's just so hard to fuck with. Anyway, 12.5 points. His last 2 games are bad, but he's a streaky guy, and you want to catch him on these streaks. When he plays the New Orleans Pelicans, that number is like I'll just list off the last few games: 25.7, 25, 18, 23, 23, 23, 18. So 12.5 just seems wrong. I get it. He had 2 bad games, but even through this season, he's been above that average. I played him up to 15 at plus 175 as well. So I took both because I figure, if you catch him on a streak, that's a very low number and an easy one to hit. So it's basically around even, just minus 105. So I just love the number and I love the play. And I wanted to ask you a question about Mark Williams tonight.
Love him, Cam. Love him.
You love him? Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Games how team fares against the opposing position. So we know Washington's just so bad against guarding big, 64%. Just like they give up from shooting. He got to 14 in 18 minutes, but he was in foul trouble last game. So the 14.5 feels like, man, he's got to stay on the floor, right?
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. So I'm probably going to get there with that one too, because I looked at it and I'm like, I was watching the game and because one of my boys put me on it. He wanted to bet the 13.5. And I was like, I'm not going to bet it, but I'll watch it. And I was like, oh shit, this bet may not go through because he's going to sit. And then he got there in like 10 minutes. So yeah, I'm going to probably play that because he dominated when he was on the floor. You just got to stay on the floor. Cool. All right.
Yeah. Hey Cam, you know how we talk about like opposing big man rebounds against your Raptors? I think I think you can look at fading that Washington Wizards defense pretty much every single game. Gafford isn't necessarily like super bad, but it reminds me a lot of like Miles Turner. Like Miles Turner is a pretty good center and like he can get a lot of blocks. But guess what? The Pacers actually give up the most points in the paint. So like how does that work, right? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like one of those things where I bet on Mark Williams double at the beginning of the season. He got in early foul trouble and had to sit. And he just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. So I haven't been back. I actually lean Mark Williams. I think I talked about him on the show the other day, of course. Like you say, he cashes that line. The other thing I'll mention about him too, Cam, and I'll keep going, is I think he leads the league in field goal percentage. So like everything he's catching is really close to the rim. He's getting a lot of dunks. So you really just need him to get the shot attempts, and he's probably gonna catch the point. So I like that look a lot.
Yeah, man, and there's a few of these like little wagons you could call them. The Milwaukee one, I'm just gonna tell people just keep targeting guards against Milwaukee. It is
absolutely
this is insane what's happening.
Absolutely.
Anything Tyrese Halliburton yesterday, and you're making money.
Yep. So, and it was Sasha the other day. Shout out to my girl Ali. She talked about she sent me a ticket. She had him plus 1,000. Sasha to score 20. So yeah, keep targeting those guards for sure. Appreciate you, Cam. Tim, what's going on? I know we hit on KCP over his assist the other day. I know I got that at plus 145. Appreciate you for sharing the looks, Tim. What we liking today, my boy? How you doing?
I'm doing well, Chris. How are you? Hope everything's all good with you.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I won't complain. What's going on for today, Tim? What we liking?
All right, so I'm kicking it back to another assist prop. Looking at the young buck, Keontae George today. Got to start last game.
Love it.
31 minutes, 9 assists.
Mm-hmm.
But most importantly, what I like, looking at the advanced stats here, he not only had the most passes made on the team, but he had the most passes received. 57 passes received, 54 passes made. Clearly, they plan to let him kind of be the focal point of this offense to move the ball around here. I got 4.5 at -110. The line's kind of juiced now. I also got double-double at plus 3,400. It's down to around plus 1,600 now. But really like Keontae tonight. I think he's going to continue to be a big part of this offense and help open things up for them.
Man, that's a hell of a fine stem. I absolutely love that. I know I was watching this box score the other day because it's his first day getting the start, and I know some people that was on his on his points, and he didn't really shoot the ball well, and you can kind of tell most of the time if a player doesn't do well in their first stint before they go to the bench, they typically not going to get to that line. I think he started the game like 0 for 3. So the assist line was there though. Stem. I'm so glad you brought that up because he has the reins to kind of be a scorer in this offense, and it really looks like Jordan Clarkson is going to be that shooting guard. I meant to write that down in my notes after that game because Jordan Clarkson attempts went through the roof, and like you said, Keontae George was the guy that was getting all the assist opportunities. So definitely tailing you on that, Tim, and I appreciate you sharing the look. That double look is crazy too.
Of course, appreciate it. Let's have a night.
Absolutely, let's do it, Stem. Shout out to Stem, man. Sean, I want to kick it to you, and then Sosa, the Don is in the building, so we want to hear Sosa as well. What's up, Sean? Talk to me. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I won't complain. What's going on?
Yeah, so I got 3 points. The one I'm going to be Joel Embiid assist. I'm actually going to ladder that.
Okay.
I just think that he's going to, with the size that Detroit has, we're going to see him more in the perimeter. And, it's a pretty good line looking shot, so, and passing the ball. I like Kelly Oubre's points. I think they got those way too low. And then I like Yusef Nurkic's assists too. I'm going to ladder those as well. He's been, as you can see, the last 3 games, he's had more than 5 assists. So I think I could get potential for a ladder spot there as well.
Okay, so it's Embiid assists, Nurkic assists, and what was the other one, Sean?
Nurkic, Embiid, and then Kelly Oubre points over. I think they got his points too low.
Oh, Kelly Oubre. I think it's what, 14, 16 and a half?
I want to say it's lower now.
14 and a half? I'll check the number.
I thought it was. Hold on,
13 and a half. Okay. Appreciate you, Joseph. Okay. All right. Hey, best of luck, Sean. I appreciate you sharing the looks, man. You got some, I think you got some winners here. All right, let's go Sosa, then go Ben, and we'll get up here. What's up, Sosa? Talk to me.
Good day, my brother.
I'm good, Sosa. I won't complain, bro. We got a full slate of NBA, some in-season ugly tournament courts on the floor tonight. So lot to be excited about, my boy. How you doing? That's a fact. That's a fact.
We're rocking with the claw, Kawhi Leonard. The matchup is everything. They've developed some level of a rivalry, you would say. Each other in the postseason a multitude of times.
Yeah.
Both teams relatively healthy. I no lie. I think he's gonna go.
I think he's still listed as questionable, so I've been trying to refresh, but he's still listed as questionable. We haven't gotten anything new yet.
Either way, I think Kawhi is off to a bit of a slow start. I think people expect a former MVP like James Harden to pop in and just be a seamless fit. Note to the world, he had the leading scorer next to him last year. And the most dominant force in the NBA right now. You don't have that in LA.
That's a fact.
I love Kawhi. I love PG, but those are guys whose games are predicated on all in their hands. And Kawhi's going to those score his entire career. I don't know why anyone thinks it's some sort of seamless fit.
That's a fact.
Right? So the transition period is going to take a little bit. Will it work? I think they have the components to make it work just based on the amount of perimeter shooting from the Westbrook, obviously. But either way, playing the 25. We're going to go with Rudy Gobert's blocks over 1.5. It's an even at plus 100. You could actually get it at a better price earlier in the day. The matchup, I mean, he's playing against Rudy Gobert, or he's playing against Victor Wembanyama, who he's known as
mentor them. Yeah.
He's like a little brother.
Yeah.
He's going to get up for the matchup. Minnesota obviously trying to show that they have a different identity, right? Defense has been the problem for them in past seasons. Obviously, they couldn't get the full transition with Karl Anthony Towns missing 53 games last year. So you can never implement a full plan defensively because you never had everybody available. Even in the playoffs, they didn't have Nas Reed, they didn't have Jaden McDaniels. They never at any point had all the components that they now have available. So, I see the world on Ant tonight. I honestly believe that the game is probably over. San Antonio is giving it up like hotcakes. They also don't rebound the ball very well at all. And the next player I like is the third player I like is Daniel over 2.5 blocks, not 1.5. He's cleared 1.5 in every single game he's played this season, even against Joel Embiid. So, I think that somebody who I think is going to be a prop guy for us all season. And, he's in the Nas Reed category for me. I think you're going to find good spots to bet on Daniel Gafford. I think people don't realize how good he is defensively. The numbers will reflect that, though, all season. I think he goes over it. Because the 1.5 is at minus 145. But the 2.5, let me get the number for you because I did bet it. And that is at 2.5 blocks for him is at plus 210, and that should have 3.5 on the book too for plus 500 coming off the games.
Okay. Hey, that make a lot of sense.
Those
are looks, okay.
The play that you had gotten earlier, you got it as low as minus 115, was just two little ones with Jason Tatum double. The price was just too good to be true. That should be closer to 190.
It's still, I saw that, so I was looking at that too. I think it's still a 130 out there. It's on FanDuel or DraftKings. Tatum double.
Yeah, that should be certainly like 50 to 60% more. And I don't understand how exactly they. So, but yeah.
Okay.
That's what I love. And just off of matchup, like the last game, and they're playing again. PJ Washington over 5.5 boards. Washington gives up rebounds to everyone, including guards, including forwards, they give up rebounds to every single position in the game. PJ Washington's number was at 5.5 last game. Gordon Hayward, I don't think is going to go tonight. Or I do know he's questionable. PJ is healthy, Wade's healthy. He's also coming off a bad shooting, so it's all water finance level and him staying more active. I think PJ could be a double candidate, but if I'm getting his 5.5 rebounds at 120.
Okay. Hey, Sosa got the looks, man. PJ rebounds, Rudy Gobert blocks, and Kawhi. I think Kawhi probably in the best spot tonight for sure. Because I think he probably tried to put his team on his back. He is the best scorer out of all of them, too, in my estimation. Highest field goal percentage, all that good stuff. And he's the one guy that probably can create a shot better than everybody else on his team. Because he is probably one of the best ISO players in the game, for sure. So I love that look, Sosa.
If we're being honest, as far as ISO scores in basketball, those two guys, that's why I wish Kawhi didn't get hurt. That would have been one hell of a series last year, man. Kawhi got hurt.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. All right, so Sosa got the looks. All right, let's go. Ben. I know you've been waiting for a minute, and then we'll go Black Door. We got to get up off here. It's already past 6. Ben, what's going on? Talk to me. I know you got a look tonight.
Hey, Chris, how you doing? Congrats on the start of the month. I saw you posted that. It's awesome.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. I'm trying to keep it going. What you liking today? What's going on?
I got 2 plays that I'm both centered around regression.
Okay.
Positively. We got LaMelo Ball over 9.5 assists. I know the entire world was on him last game, as was I.
I love it.
At one point, last game, I think towards the end of the second quarter, Charlotte was shooting under 30% from the floor on non-LaMelo shots.
And even with him only finishing at 7 assists last game, he still had 18 potential assists. 18 potential assists to me says that should have been a 10 or 11 assist spot.
Yep.
Without Rozier, since the start of last year, his floor has been 18 potential assists. And, he's averaging right at 20 potential assists without Rozier. I just can't see Charlotte shooting the ball poorly 2 games in a row against what is very possibly the worst defense in the league. So if you're going to give me this line again, look, I like the spot the first time. We say, right, when we miss a spot, we got to be happy with the fact that we bet it before, and I got an even better price today at minus 120 versus minus 125 last time. So I'll take it again.
I love that, Ben. I love that, Ben. I love that everybody was on it last game and they didn't cash, and nobody talking about it today. And today gonna be the day that they hit for sure. Love that. Look, what else you got for us, man?
Second play is Anthony Edwards. I'm going with the threes. I'm looking for some positive regression here too. He started the year off catching his 2.5 free line 3 straight games against teams that don't do a good job of defending the 3-point line, and then he's missed it 4 games in a row against teams that do a good job of defending the threes. And if there's one team that you want to get when you're trying to get back in, good rhythm from behind the 3-point line, it's the San Antonio Spurs.
That's a fact.
I was on Grimes' threes last game against the Spurs, and I was on Buddy Hield's threes against the Spurs before that. The Spurs just give it up to shooting guards. The teams he missed it against, they're big teams with length who, it's hard to, when they're in your face, it's hard to shoot jump shots. They defend well, right? That's why those teams are good. The Spurs allowed the most threes in the NBA to the shooting guard position over shooting guard threes made. I was on Buddy Hield's over the 2.5. He had 4 in the first half coming off the bench last game and catch the full ladder at 5 early third quarter. I'm going to play Anthony Edwards up to 5 because obviously we know when he gets hot, he don't stop shooting. So I got the 2 at minus 1, I think minus 138 was the 2.5. And then I put, a quarter unit on the 4 and the 5 as well. With how bad they've been at defending this, he could get this by halftime.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. Okay. I like it, Ben. So Ant threes and LaMelo Ball assists.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we're going with tonight.
Best of luck, Ben. Hope you cash, bro.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Black Thor, I had to keep the door open for you, my guy. Talk to me.
I appreciate you as always, man. First of all, happy Friday, and hope all is well for you.
Absolutely. Right back at you, bro. Appreciate you as well.
Here we go. So, real quick, I got Marcus Smart threes over 1.5. Marcus Smart has some crazy home and road splits this season. At home in his last 4 games, even though he didn't have nothing against Miami, looked for positive progression. Dallas, 3 versus Denver and 2 versus New Orleans. Also, I know everybody's on Anthony Edwards. I'm going to go a little bit different. I'm going to go with Mike Conley over 10.5 points. The Spurs they're terrible, man. They're getting smoked by guards 1 and 2. I like Conley here. And real quick, I know everybody loves lottery tickets, so I got a lottery ticket for you real quick. We have Dylan Brooks, 3 threes. Mike Conley, 3 threes. Marcus Smart, 3 threes. And Luguentz Dortz, 3 threes. Appreciate you as always.
Absolutely. I hope y'all heard that. Okay. Hey, best of luck as always. I hope you cash tonight, bro. Boom Baye, man. You know what? I know you was on that Bulls money line the other day. I remember you. Yeah. I told you Suns +2. But talk to me, bro. How you doing, man? Good to hear from you.
What's going on?
How you doing, bro?
Usually, if you're familiar with Chris, I come jump out the window, and I ain't jumped out the window at all yet. But today, my son, I had him yesterday. If you remember, I was telling you last time I spoke. I'm in the room with my son right now, so he gonna bring us some luck tonight.
Okay.
So I'm going, and I'm only going to go this route just because I was expecting a big game out of Wemby at the Garden, and he laid an egg.
Mm-hmm.
So it just dawned on me he's playing his French national tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching this spread. This spread is continuously going up. I seen it initially at 5.5. I'm watching it right now. It's currently, 7.5? Yeah, it's currently 7.5 right now. So I'm going to make my first leap of the season. We're in week 2 or 3. and I'm going to take Wemby. I'm going to take Wemby 20 in the win. I know the guy before me just said San Antonio sucks, but I think this is about showcasing the new face of the league. We've seen what he did against Kevin Durant, and this just makes too much sense from a marketing aspect. So I'm going to take Wemby 20 in the win plus 560. I just think I'm having a hard time believe he laid an egg in the garden. He's going to lay an egg against his national comrade. So I'm taking that jump. So hopefully my son bring us some luck tonight. So good luck if you tell me.
Okay. Hey, best of luck, Boomba. All right. You know what? I only got 2 more requests. I'm gonna get everybody up. Let me get Expensive Pain up first. I know he new to the. I don't know if he new to the channel, but I know he never spoke before. I don't remember his name. Expensive Pain, talk to me, man. How you doing? If you can hear me, the floor is yours, bro. Maybe not. All right, cool. One more. Betting Monster, and then we getting up out of here. Betting Monster, can you hear me?
What's up, Chris? What's going on, my brother?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Hey, man, we're trying to get to the paper, man. We're going to get to it today.
How we getting there? Talk to me.
Okay. Every time I come on here, it's a winner. So let me give you another 2 winners tonight. I love some of the props that people were saying when I just tapped in, but I'm more on the side type of guy. But the first game we're going to is Phoenix playing the Lakers tonight. Listen, I'm not a fan of this Lakers team at all. I'm going to call it how it is. This is not a good basketball team, and it doesn't have anything to do with LeBron. We all know what LeBron is. We already know that. His resume is already written. But you're talking about a guy, Anthony Davidson, that's just a no-show you can't count on, and the rest of those players. This is a spot where Phoenix is going to be looking for the revenge in this spot. We know that they just played each other not too long ago. Now, we know Phoenix have been on the road, and I normally don't like to get that team coming back home, but this is where we're going to do it. I'm not going to trust in them, which I believe they're going to cover the full game, but I'm not going to be on them for the full game because I don't know if that road could start tightening up coming out of that second half. So I'm on Phoenix for the first half here. Now, and the reason why I'm backing this because since the season started, I have, history to back this up, especially with the Lakers side of they awful to the first half.
0-8. I'm right there with you, Betting Monster. I know you joined late, but I'm right there with you.
Yeah, exactly. You exactly right. They're 0-8. And Phoenix, with all due respect, Phoenix is pretty good.
5-2
to the first half.
I already seen it. Yep.
Yeah, and I think now, it's time for Phoenix to really start getting in their bag. This is a strong team. I mean, when we just talking about the first 3 players, they strong. Not even including everything else they got, in the trade. It's time for them to go to work. It's time to stop all that up and down. It's time for them to get into that bag, get into that offense, that defense. This is a spot where I absolutely love. I'm heavy on Phoenix to the first half. I couldn't talk anybody off of it. They want to be on Phoenix in full game. I just don't believe that Kevin Durant and them is going to lose to LeBron back-to-back in a close span. So I'm on them for the first half.
Me too. First play I locked in today.
Yeah. So we great minds think alike.
Mm-hmm.
Another play that I'm on tonight that I absolutely love. I understand this is another team. They've been on the road for a while. They haven't won. They lost to the Lakers. They lost to New York. They lost to Brooklyn. This is the spot where Clippers get right. I understand Dallas. You got 2 of those monsters in the backcourt. The Clippers is a good basketball team. I'm not concerned about James Harden right now. I'm really not. What I believe in when I'm backing the Clippers right here, I believe in a coach that's like a Ty Lue. I think that he's going to have this ball club ready to play tonight. I do not see where the Clippers lose 4 games straight. I thought the Clippers was going to get right against Brooklyn, and they hurt me, and they did. I'm coming right back with them again here. The line, I think the wrong team is favored. I think the wrong team is favored because the way the Clippers have been looking. So I think we get line value with the Clippers. I'm actually not even taking a plus 1.5 or wherever it's at now. I'm taking the Clippers on the money line. I believe the Clippers get right, not in a small way, Chris. I think the Clippers go into Dallas and absolutely blow them out.
Think they smoke them tonight? Okay.
Yeah. I think they smoke them. I think because when you look at the roster, we know who got the better roster. It's the Clippers all the way around. I think they get back to playing ball the way they was playing kind of early in the season. They did go through some droughts since they've been on the road, but I think this is where they get right. So I'm on Phoenix first half. I'm on Clippers for the 4 game. And if I had to throw a bonus play in, which is I'm not on it yet, I still got time. I may get there because the money's pouring in on OKC tonight, and I beg the difference. I know Fox ain't playing for Sacramento tonight, but I beg the difference in the line. And when we read the line and we breaking these lines down, the line tell us at minus 1.5 for OKC, the line tell us that this is the spot where the Kings could win. I look for Sabonis to have a big game tonight. And I think the thing that we got taken, with OKC is they've been at home for their last 6 games. This is their first road game, and their first road game is against a good team. And I think Mike Brown will have his team ready tonight. We seen with Sacramento haven't been looking good. They had to go into overtime to beat a Portland team. They lost to Houston. So I understand why the money's pouring in on SGA and Gideon them, but I think the wrong team is favored tonight. And I think the play in this game is to back the home team in the first quarter. Love the first quarter. Okay. And you can back them on the full game. Okay.
Hey, we on different sides there, Betty Monster. I think the Kings get it. I think OKC gets it done today. I looked into that angle that you talked about earlier. Somebody asked me about that earlier, and I'll just read the numbers to you real quick. But we could be on opposite sides. That's fine. I played the Kings. I'm sorry. I keep saying the Kings. I played OKC on the money line minus 120. But I looked at teams that have played 5 straight home games and then they're road favorite. Those teams 183 and 100 in the sports database on the money line, 64.7%. So then I added teams that have played 5 straight games, they're road favorites, and it's a conference game, 129 and 65, 66.5%. Then the last thing I'll mention is, all right, so 5 straight home games, your road favorite conference, and your opponent actually played an overtime game. Hasn't happened that many times. Only 10 times, 8-2 straight up, 80% on the money line. So we on opposite sides there, Betty Monster, but I wish you best of luck as always, my brother. I appreciate you stopping in.
Hey, my man, and I appreciate you, Chris.
Absolutely, bro. Let's go back to Boombaye, and then Ja got you up too, man. I want to hear from you as well. Never mind, you just left. Boombaye, talk to me. Take us out.
Yeah, I was just going to go back and say about that Spurs play. If you want to take the points, you can do 20 for Wemby, the +7 instead of the money line. But if you do take the money line, the 20 in the money line, it's better if you build it out versus doing the PPDs. I always tell people, I just want to remind, if you're going to play a PPD, build them out yourself.
Absolutely.
You always get better odds.
Absolutely. I appreciate you mentioning that, Boombaye, because that's actually something that I forget to do myself sometimes. So, we all trying to learn. Some people in here might have just started sports gambling. So I appreciate little nuggets like that. You know what I mean? Appreciate you, Boombaye. Best of luck tonight to everyone, man. Real quick, I'll tell you guys what I played real quick. Just one more time. And before I do that, I always want you guys to support the show, man. So hit the like button for me, retweet the space, all that good stuff. I appreciate you guys for doing so. I'm going to do a show tomorrow, too. I haven't even looked at the card for tomorrow, but I will be doing a show tomorrow. So, yeah, I'll tweet it out. That's why you got to subscribe. That's why you got to, check out. Excuse me. That's why you got to check out. Turn the notification bells on so you know when I go live, because the time going to vary on Saturday. It just depends on when I have time to do it. But I will break the card down tonight. Have plays, give them out to my members over on YouTube. All my plays are accessible for $5.99 a month over on YouTube. Excuse me. Come with my write-ups most of the time as well. So I appreciate everybody for joining. It's been a lot of people that's been joining recently. What I played for today, I got it posted at the bottom. Favorite player prop, Luka. You can get him at 28.5 points. Definitely shop around for the best number. I lied at Luka as well. Didn't give it out as official play, but I took Luka all the way up to 40. 28.5 points for Luka. Love Maxey spot tonight at 29.5 points plus assists. He is 6 for 7 over that number. Tatum, 9.5 rebounds. I took the over there. They will be starting Dorian Finney-Smith, who is probably shorter than Tatum tonight. They don't have a real center. So I love Tatum to get those rebounds a lot tonight as well. Cam Thomas is also not there. He's been the best scorer. Cam Johnson is back. He's going to be a little rusty. Both of those things equate to more rebound opportunities. I also think Dorian Finney-Smith probably tries to guard Porzingis. Porzingis is going to have to guard Dorian Finney-Smith. That's going to pull him away from the rim. So I love Tatum to go over his 9.5 rebounds. Those are 3 player props I like. I took OKC on the money line, -120, and I played Phoenix first half, -1 earlier today. You can get a -0.5, or you can take them on the money line. FanDuel actually has it right now, -114. So best of luck to everybody. I do want to add a couple plays. I just haven't gotten there yet. I really, really like Philly team total over 114.5. I just have not gotten there yet. And I also, if I'm going to add anything else, it's going to be Boston first quarter and first half team total over. Probably like 29.5 and 58.5 or something like that. I love those looks as well. Best of luck to everybody tonight, man. I hope you guys cash. And like I said, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm out.